So in today's Advancing in Prosperity, what I want to share with you from The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles is some of the ideas, the key ideas in chapter 15, The Advancing Man. This is about us continuing to advance in the science of getting rich. Hey, I'm Alan Bucas, and I'm so glad that you were able to join me for this video. I do these Facebook Lives to spend a few minutes contemplating some of the principles of prosperity, because I believe that by us consciously choosing to contemplate, to reflect on, to integrate principles of prosperity, this can help support you and me in rising above, or actually, how about waking up from the trance of scarcity that so many of us are walking around in. You know, Don Miguel Ruiz talks about domestication, and I believe that so many of us, most of us, all of us, we have been trained and conditioned to live our lives from where we're currently standing, using the circumstances around us as the basis to know whether we can move forward. But here's something that we know to be true. Ernest Holmes writes that principle is not bound by precedent. And Wallace Wattles actually shares that idea and how to work with that throughout his book, and what we've been talking about in these adventures in prosperity is that when we stop and look at what is around us, our circumstances, that which stands around us, is the basis or is the outpicturing, it is the result, it is the effect of past thoughts and actions. For every effect, we know that there's a cause and effect. And so for us to use the effects that are around us as the information, as the determination as to whether we can move forward past them is really backwards. Because what's around us got here because of past thoughts. So using this past, when here we are in the present and looking to move forward into the future, the principle of cause and effect, the principle of mind in action is not bound by your past causes because it is creative. Wallace Wattles talks about some of the principles in his book that just to catch you up, if you have not watched any of these Facebook Lives and you're unfamiliar with this book by Wallace Wattles. It was a book written in 1910. The secret was based on it, and millions of people over the past 100 years have used this book as a beacon, as a lighthouse to help them find their way to living the life they would love to live. And that's what we're doing here, is to rise above the circumstances, to rise above the past, to wake up from the trance of that, I can't have any more than what I already have. Wallace Wattles shares in his book the process, a scientific way in order to have the life that we would love to live. He shares in chapter 15, and that's what I wanted to share with you from today. He says, the law of increase of life is as mathematically certain in its operation as the law of gravitation. Getting rich is an exact science. Now, I've defined up till now that rich is however you define it. Rich could mean, and as you survey the life that you would love to live, as you look at where you're at and where you want to be, and then you describe where you want to be in the terms of rich can mean having more friends in your life, satisfying relationships, harmonious, being surrounded by people who support you and uplift you and love you, as well as being surrounded by people that you love and who love you. Working with people that you enjoy to work with, being richly compensated and doing a work that fulfills you. having the time and money freedom to travel the world and to go to those places that are on your bucket list. This is all could be as your definition of rich, but it could also just as easily mean, and it can mean for many people, and why the heck not? It can mean rich. Getting rich can mean exactly how many people define it, as getting rich, as having the dollars and the cents, the opportunities to have enough so that you can be enough. Be enough of you, to have the freedom and the ease and the grace and the flow in your life to express and to create in the ways that you are here on earth to do. So getting rich is an exact science. And some of that science, what he's explained it up till now, is that this universe is made up of a thinking substance, and it created everything out of itself. And this substance, when impressed with a thought, an image of thought, a thought in your mind, a coherent vision, an image, a thought, a worry, whatever, an idea that we contemplate and we impress on this substance, then it clothes that thought with form, with that substance, and thoughts become things. So what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about what you would love to be, do, and have, or are you thinking about why you can't, or why there's not enough? And the way the process works, the science works, is that being interested in why it's not working and rooting it out and digging, why is this not working? How did I get here? Only impresses more of, I don't want to be here, on that substance. Let me share with you what he says as far as the advancing man. To me, I say that chapters 4, 7, 11, and 14 are important chapters, but as I read 15 to me is a continuation of 14. And here he says on page 105 in the Tartar Penguin edition, form your clear mental picture of what you want and begin to act with faith and purpose. This is part of the science. Form your clear mental picture of what you want. Begin to act with faith and purpose. Now, faith and purpose, what does that mean? Faith means that knowing that you're cooperating with the science. Purpose is you know what you want and you are in pursuit of it. You are determined. This is yours. You've signed your name on the check. You're expecting the cashier of life to give you what it is that you have written on your check. Do all the work you can do every day, and do each piece of work in a perfectly successful manner. Put the power of success and the purpose to get rich into everything you do. The man who is certain to advance is the one who is too big for his place, and one who has a clear concept of what he wants to be, who knows that he can become what he wants to be, and who is determined to be what he wants to be. That is, I love this chapter and these ideas. When we have an image in our mind of what it is we want to be, do, and have, and then we embrace it and know that we are cooperating with life. We are doing our part in thinking in a certain way. Knowing that I am so happy and grateful now that I am fit, trim, and healthy. We have this image of thought as being in the present tense because that is how we want to experience it. Not where we're always recreating where it's somewhere off in the future. But when life creates what we're holding in mind, then what we want to hold in mind is, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am fit, trim, and healthy. Now, I am so happy and grateful now that I am doing work that I love, working with people I love, and I'm richly compensated. I am so happy and grateful now that I am surrounded by people that I love and who love me. I'm so happy and grateful now that my relationships are harmonious and full of peace and admiration and respect. and understanding. I am so happy and grateful now that opportunities and money are flowing into my life from every direction. I am so happy and grateful now that I am doing the work that inspires me, and that I am richly supported by life in every avenue, in every way, through multiple rivers of income and opportunities and grace and ease. So we have this image in our mind of now that, and this is, what does it say here? Then we need to be too big for where we're currently at. And because we have a clear concept of what we want to be, and we know what we want to become, and we are determined to be that, and so we bring our faith and our purpose, our intention into each and everything that we do every day. In everything, whether it is a match to that, if you have the desire to be a best-selling author, then one of the quickest ways to support you in moving in that direction is for you to have that image in your mind that I am so happy and grateful that I write best-selling books, that people come up to me every day and are telling me how my books have changed their life, and how much, whether maybe not, how much I've entertained them through my words, through the words that I've written. And then having that energy, knowing that that is already part of you, that in the work that you're doing today, and it may not be writing, your work that you're doing today might be serving tables at the restaurant in which you work. It might be waiting on customers as a cashier in a store, in a retail establishment. It may be taking someone through a tour of an open house. Even bringing the energy, I am so happy and grateful that my life is working out, and that what I'm doing right here and now is a means by which it is working out. This is how we advance. This is how we set the law of mind in action, and use the science of getting rich, is by us advancing in each and every moment, knowing that we're collaborating with life, and what's showing up right here, in the moment, right here, is coherent, and it is a support to us living the life that we would love to be, do, and have. The life that life wants to be, do, and have by means of us in the world. Everything is here serving our purpose, life's purpose, for the better and more, for the evolution, for advancing on the slope of thought, advancing on the slope of experience, for life to express in a greater way by means of you. I am so happy and grateful now that I know that life is working everything out for you and for me. I want to anchor this in an affirmative prayer this morning, and I invite you in joining me in consciousness as I say this in the first person. Accept it for yourself. Allow it to be true in your experience. And what I know here is this morning is that there is only one power, one presence, one divine intelligence. And this intelligence in this life is expressed by everything everything that is present is this presence manifest. And so as I look around the world, as I look around my life, as I survey the domain of my life, what I awake to here today is that life is present, and life is working all of this out. It worked it out without my hand. I mean, things have shown up in my life that didn't require my assistance. And what I know is that I am riding the stream of life and allowing life to carry me into the better and more. And so I'm awake today. I am awake to the urge that is within me, the message that life has for me of not only what is possible, but what is the promise. The dream that I have for the life that I would love to live, that I would love to be, that I would love to do and have, that is not some far off distant imagination, but it is alive within me right here and now. It is alive within me because life is alive in me. And life, this is a image, a picture, a vision of what is mine, what is promised to mine, what is mine by divine birthright. And so I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful for all of the love, for all of the power, for all of the vitality, for all of the strength, for all of the wealth, for all of the abundance, for all of the peace, for all of the well-being that is right here, present right here within me, that is present all around me. And this is what my eyes are open to. This is what my hands embrace and receive here today. This is what is in my heart and what flows through me and from me, because life is paving the way for me to have that by flowing through me. It is paving the way here today for me. And so what I accept and know is that I am guided and directed and protected into the better and more. I am guided and directed into what is mine. And so I accept today that there is only right action in my life and in all of my affairs, and that Spirit is working out my good at each and every moment. Whether I can see it with my eyes, that's not important. What I know it as the truth in my heart, and this is what I allow to be in my experience today. I am an advancing person. I am stepping into the life that I would love to have in each and every moment, and allowing that gratitude. I allow that gratitude and that grace to shape my every word, my every action today. I know that today that I am impelled and compelled by Spirit, by Source, to experience the love, the life, the light that is mine by divine birthright. It is mine. It is here. It is complete. It is perfect. And I am so grateful for this. And I'm so grateful for you. So we just allow this to be by saying, and so it is. I look forward to seeing you in our next Facebook Live. We're going to be looking at chapter 16, where he gives some suggestions and some things to be aware of. The title of the chapter is The Advancing Man. It is some cautions and concluding observations. So make sure to subscribe to this Facebook Live and like it so you can be notified of our next Facebook Live. Some cautions and concluding observations as we continue our adventures in prosperity. Peace and love. Namaste.